Okay, actually, let's start in closed guard, and we'll do one of my favorite sweeps, the flower sweep. Other people call it the pendulum sweep. Whatever you call it, it's cool. Grab the sleeve, foot on the hip. I like to get the arm underneath, so we can go for an arm bar here. Threaten the arm bar, and sometimes you can't get the arm bar, or whatever. It's sometimes you just use the momentum of staging your leg here, and then whip in a big circle. Now the key is pulling sideways with your knee, then cutting your leg underneath and taking them out. Right? That sideways pulling with the knee, people are used to doing this, like push, pull, but the sideways pulling is where it's at. So we're here, foot on hip. I like to go for the arm bar, not necessarily for the, if I can get the tap, that's great. But most of the time, you're using gravity and the momentum of your falling body to get the party started. So it's gonna be really effortless taking him over. Okay, let's do a couple on the other side. Right. We're here, sometimes you just throw that up, and then you can do this fast, and then I want everyone to do this slow. Really feel that tipping point where you can take him over. I also like to hold on to that hamstring just to make sure there's enough pressure so he knows who's in control. All right, guys, with your partners. 1, 2, 3. I'll show you the most common issue. Well, there's two issues, particularly with beginners. Sometimes you move your hip, and you've been taught like snake move, and so you move your hip back. But there's a difference between moving, creating space, and pivoting. So we just want to do a pure pivot for this one. So I'm not gonna put my foot on the hip and move away. Now I can't reach the leg. I want to grab under the leg and then just turn so I'm basically underneath him. Pure pivot. Now, number one issue is people do this, and I'm pushing back into his knee. So again, that triangulation, see right there, that triangulation. 1, 2, I'm pushing back into here. 1, 2, 3, that's a triangle. So let's take him to that third point. So reach under, foot on hip, I go for arm lock, this is looking good. I take the leg off and I pull him toward the third point. Then I cut the leg underneath so he doesn't land on it. And then we hold the top position. Okay. Hopefully